What's going on, everybody? It's Dommy Feds. It's SSJ Pegasus. After taking way too much time off, and that's all my fault. I'm sorry, guys. I had a busy October, but we're back now. We're back in the swing of things. And Dom, I know you've been busy with your Survivor Series adventure that you've been on, but I'm excited to get back in the swing of things.
I went off the grid a little bit.
We both did.
Me too.
We both did. But we're here to talk about. We have we have Battle Autumn wrapping up this weekend. We have the finals for the New Japan World Television Title to be determined. That will be the winner will be crowned at Wrestle Kingdom 16. But Dom, before we get all to that, how was your Halloween? How was your October?
Smooth, man. It's quiet and good. Halloween was good. I was home, handed out some candy, and that was about it. Nothing too crazy for Halloween.
We went down to Virginia. We
hit up War Games to watch you guys. That Saturday. That's right.
Yeah, we did see you.
Man, what was it? You say 12 hours?
10. It ended up being 9 1/4 going down. It was about
that's fucking wild. You guys
10 going up. Yeah, it was absolutely crazy.
Wow. And you left late, man. What time did you leave that show that night? Like 10:30?
Yeah, like we probably left like
late.
10, 10:30, 11. We didn't get down there till 9, 10 o'clock.
Close to 11,
we got there around 9:30 the next day. So that was good. Wow. So we got there. What was funny is like we come in, we bring all our stuff in, and we were like, all right, we're gonna try to take a nap. Let's get this nap in. Then we do some stuff, and we laid down. We closed our eyes. We sat there.
Not a chance.
And then we rolled over, looked at each other, and went, "We're not falling asleep." And we went, "No." And then we were just up all day.
No.
But it was fun. It was fun. The wedding was nice. It was it wasn't your traditional wedding, but it was still a fun wedding, fun time. A lot of reminiscing.
Those are always the best ones. Good.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, didn't get to hand out candy, but still, it was still a fun time regardless. But let's get some New Japan stuff. We've been this month this current tour, the Battle Autumn tour, is coming to a conclusion on Saturday. We've got the final show on Saturday. We've got title matches galore. We got robbed of a title match, but we'll get to that in a little bit. And then we have the semifinals of the New Japan World Television Championship. Now, this title is the newest belt being inducted or being brought into New Japan. It is all the matches are going to be posted on YouTube for free. And the time limit is 15 minutes for every match. No more, no less. You got 15 minutes.
Love that. Sorry. No. Perfect. That's the absolute sweet spot for a tournament like this.
And it's a good way to get – because one of the things that people always ask me is how can I watch New Japan without getting New Japan World? Do they have matches up? And they'll throw matches up here or there. They've been getting better about it. But this title, and they've thrown up all the matches up for the tournament so you can watch them free on YouTube, is a good way to get exposure. Again, they're not only throwing it up on YouTube, but all the matches for this belt are going to be on YouTube for free. So it's a great idea by New Japan, and is somewhat unique to the American market because no major promotion is doing something like that right now. So, the tournament shook out like this.
No, what's the reason?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what's the reason for bringing the title in? Did they get one, or they just felt it was time to bring something new in?
I'm not sure. I feel like it was something that
because this was sprung on me. I didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a surprise to a lot of people. It was, I think it was something that they can, like I just said, I think that it's something that they think is unique to them, that where it's a title that's, I mean, not the 15 minutes is being unique, but it's a title that is only being is all the matches are being shown on YouTube, so that you don't have to go pay for New Japan World. So it gets their product out, and if you put good matches like they have been for this tournament, then you're gonna get hopefully more buys to New Japan World than otherwise. And I think that I think it's just it's a nice third title, fourth title, whatever. And it's
like you said, yeah. I mean, if these will be matches they'll be putting on not just YouTube, but like any match you'll be able to find on YouTube regardless of where else they go too. Like,
right.
I always thought it was such a good idea. Like as a kid in WCW, when someone would show up on TV with the TV title, like in my head as like a 10-year-old kid, I was like, well, this guy's a big deal. You know, like
right.
He has a TV that you have his title you can only defend on TV. Like it was always such a cool concept as a kid. I don't know, looking back, like how awesome it really was, but I don't know. I like it. So
no, I thought it was great. I think it's a good idea. I mean, any exposure for New Japan is good exposure.
Yeah.
So the bracket shook out like this. We had the first round. It was Dave Finlay taking on Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Dave Finlay went over there. We had Alex Zane returning to take on Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. went on over with Zack Sabre won with 5 seconds left to spare in the match. 14:55 win by submission.
And he beat Alex Zane.
Yeah,
in the first round.
Yeah, I'm
that's
glad
awesome.
They're bringing Zane back.
I was gonna say I was pumped to see his name on this list. Like, love that he's in there right now.
Yeah. Yoshihashi, probably the upset of the first round, or one of them at least, defeated Jeff Cobb in 12 minutes. Evil took out Aaron Hanare.
Wow.
Sonata defeated Taichi with 3 seconds left to spare. 14:57 was the time on that bout. Hiroki Goto fell to Kenta. Toru Yano defeated the Great Okan. And take it for what it's worth, I watched the match myself. I know you watched it earlier today, Tom. The Dave Meltzer rated it 5 stars. Ren Narita defeated Tomohiro Ishii.
Which is that good these days?
I don't know. It's just nice to say sometimes to get the marks happy about get them to watch the match. Papa Meltzer.
I thought it was a really good match. Like I watched it on lunch, and I was kind of like trying to skip between the rest just to get it all in, and it was a fucking awesome match. I mean, obviously, you see Ishii come in and you just know what's coming. Especially when you told me to watch it, I'm like, okay, like he wants me to see Narita. That how you pronounce it, Narita? Like,
yeah,
Ren Narita gonna take a loss there, and Ren Narita, and he was awesome. He's just like. What is that called? Is that the Northern Light suplex that he and the finisher? Is that what that is?
I don't know.
The thing Owen used to throw.
Kevin Kelly called it the Narita special. It looks like it's a belly-to-belly bridge. I don't know, but it was the first time I saw it. It was crazy.
Okay, so it popped. Like you were like, "What the fuck is this?" Right? Like when you saw it.
Yeah, that was very unique to me, especially because Ishii came off the ropes with it.
That was my biggest takeaway from this match. And then he hit tiptoe the fucking bridge. If you're gonna throw something like that, you better fucking tiptoe that bridge because it's a game changer, man. And that whole thing looked awesome. And I was like, I'm sold. Like that's all I needed to see. I watched the whole thing and it was good. It was a great match. There was a lot of shit. Him getting out of Ishii shit throughout the match was awesome. But that finisher, whew, oh boy, all in on that.
Yeah. So second round. Saw Dave Finlay lose to Zack Sabre Jr. Evil defeated Yoshihashi. Sonata beat Kenta.
What fucking why?
That was a big fight.
Why is Kenta getting no love in any tournament?
I don't know.
That was a huge fight they just got into.
I don't know what. I had a sibling rivalry happen behind me. I'm sorry.
Fucking shoot back there. What happened?
They didn't like what we were saying. Apparently.
Apparently not.
Tackling fight. Jonesy.
Usually they get into little tussles, but this is
That sounded pretty ruckus. Yeah, that sounded like a little high court match back. Yeah.
It's a cage match. Jesus.
Ruckus, right?
One of them's misbehaving.
Come here.
What is going on? Mom's mad now. Now they're in trouble.
Bad. What is it?
Oh man.
Keep it together, Doug.
Best. I know. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know what's going on.
Continue.
I don't know why they're not getting.
Why is Penta getting no love?
I don't know. If I question it myself, and like, it's like he was a god in Noah. He really was, and I've talked about it before. He was a god in Noah, and he goes to WWE, has health problems. Depending on who you talk to, he was misused and all this other stuff. And then he goes to New Japan, and I'm so excited. I'm pumped. I'm thinking he's going to take over the world again.
Pumped, yeah.
And he's done nothing but write a book. I mean, yeah, he's been he was United States champion, but you know what I mean? Like it's
subpar at best.
Yeah, it's not
Your child.
It's not anything. It's not anything like worth. It's not Kenta. Like and he won the never openweight championship once.
So
his three accolades since returning to New Japan. This is his first run in New Japan. He's won the IWGP United States Championship, the never openweight championship, and the New Japan Cup USA 2020. It wasn't even the regular New Japan Cup. It was the United States one. So it's like yeah, you have Kenta, but you don't have Kenta. You know what I mean? Like you have Kenta, but he's not Kenta.
This dumbed down, Americanized Kenta, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like I feel like he's gonna be Ishii, where I'm waiting for New Japan to just let him go, and it's never gonna happen.
Doesn't feel like it.
Which is such a drastic fall for a legend, because he's undoubtedly a legend in Japan, and he's nothing now. So it's like I feel like if he were to go to Noah, it would just be like a waste.
I agree.
So going to Noah doesn't fix anything.
No, absolutely not. So that puts, if I'm reading this right, that puts Sonata and Renteria in the semifinals.
Yeah, so the semifinals, because Ren Narita defeated Toriano. I watched that match today as well. That puts the semifinals as Zack Sabre Jr. versus Evil, and Sonata versus Ren Narita.
So, and one last thing with that Ren Narita match. So his speech at the end, he said, "Things are going to change. I'm here to change New Japan." Like,
so I think it's just
like what's his deal? Like,
okay,
is he taking over? Like what's his name? Shibata left off, because he kind of looks like him a little bit. Right?
Okay, I'm glad you said that.
That was a question I wrote down and I completely overlooked it. I apologize.
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up. Before I get to my Shibata Ren Narita rant.
So because you had asked, you said watch that match, and I did last night for, like I said, 5 minutes, and the first thing I thought of when I seen it was you kind of make that connection. Okay.
Right. Before we get to that, I have a quick rant, because we have Evil and Sonata in the semifinals on opposite sides of the bracket. And this leads into my Ren Narita rant. I don't want to see Sonata versus Evil in the finals. I don't care that they're former tag partners. I don't care that that it's Wrestle Kingdom and they have the marquee names.
Don't want it, don't need it.
Give me Ren Narita versus I don't care. Give me Ren
Especially
Narita in the finals.
If you're gonna say something like that after your match, it fucking better be.
I'm begging New Japan to not be scared for once and pull the trigger. I need them to pull the trigger on Ren Narita because
so you're in on him.
I am 100% in on Ren Narita because it's just like you said. He has the presentation, the look, the strikes, the almost similar moveset to of Shibata. They did. That's what it felt like. It was in the opening minute, maybe opening 2 minutes. Ishii is in the corner, and Ishii's in the corner. Ren Narita hits him with a boot in the corner, and for a second, I thought it was Shibata. My feeling on Ren Narita is he is going to be this generation of New Japan, and so that includes Ren Narita, Shota Umino. There's another guy they have over in the UK who's jacked. They have essentially this set of young boys is going to be monster talent in New Japan. This is the guard that's going to change New Japan's future, and it starts with Ren Narita.
Oh shit!
And he has to be everything Shibata was, minus the attitude. I think because of Shibata's past of being.
So you're saying a real life attitude, like
yes,
what he is behind, like okay,
right?
Yeah, outside of the ring,
because Shibata got. I was saying to this before we jumped on. Shibata was part of the Three Musketeers. It was Tanahashi, Nakamura, Shibata. Shibata, something got in his ear. Somebody got in his ear. He said, "Fuck New Japan." He went off did his own thing, and then came back. And then it was off to the races from there. But I think with Ren Narita being the protege of Shibata and knowing everything Shibata knows, and Shibata being able to tell Ren Narita, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. Ren Narita can be everything New Japan wanted Shibata to be without being the attitude and the problem Shibata was. I could not tell you how similar the Narita versus Ishii match was to an Ishii Shibata match. It was absolutely bizarre. It was almost mirrored, and it was almost creepy to watch.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah, I can see that.
Go ahead.
No, I think I'll pause. I said I can see that. Like just like I said, in the quick 10-minute match I watched last night, and then watching this today, I can 100% see that. They get that old throwback look to them, right? Like I don't know.
I can't remember who said it, or if I read it, but it was he was dubbed the son of strong style or something like that. So it was like, I was like, okay, I kind of see it, and I'm seeing it more. Here's the thing. If it's up to me, at Wrestle Kingdom, Ren Narita defeats Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP New Japan World Television Championship.
Love it. Because
I don't want Evil or Sonata anywhere near there. At the same time, if our finals is Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita, I almost don't care who comes out of it. Right? I can't see Evil defeating Sabre.
Is Finley out?
Finley got bounced in the second round by Sabre.
Cut it. Okay. And Cobb got it's got to be Sabre. It has to be.
You could
I think
kind of
Saber
pull that shit with
is.
your
I
brother,
think next year is
but if
Saber's
ever
year.
you pull your shit with someone like
It
Jack
just
or
feels like
Casper,
that's what they're
they're
building
gonna
to.
straight choke you.
Zack Saber Jr. going from Japanese to English, back to Japanese, back to English is so fluid. It's insane. He's gonna be their next top gaijin behind Jay White if he's not there already. But at Wrestle Kingdom, sorry, I misspoke earlier. Wrestle Kingdom 17, if it's either got to be Renda Reader or Zack Sabre Jr. or the title has already failed, in my opinion. Sonata does nothing for that belt. Evil sure as shit doesn't do anything for that belt. So, and that belt needs all the help it can get because it looks like a goddamn chocolate bar. The second they pulled that belt out, I said that's a chocolate bar, and it's weird. It I'm sorry, it looks like a chocolate bar.
It really is.
I never, like, in my head I was like, oh, I wonder why we never do brown straps. This is why we don't do brown straps, because it looks like a goddamn chocolate bar. So
that's what Big Gold had too at first.
Okay, yeah, I kind of can see that. It's just like,
but maybe that's what they're looking for. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know. That's the only time I remember seeing a brown strap. But it faded so bad that it turned black after a while. But initially, it was brown. It looked pretty good.
It's not a bad looking belt. I like the block design of it. It looks like a TV. I like the design.
But on this graphic, it looked red. I didn't realize that was brown. I haven't.
Oh, you. Dom popped. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Let me not get so much in frame. There we go. That's better. Dom's coming back. It's okay. Show on stream. There you go.
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
Oh, you're right. God damn it.
It's fine.
Doesn't he feel so much heavier?
But
he's definitely heavier.
It looks.
Under, and I'm like, oh, look at this.
It doesn't look that bad. I just think it looks like a chocolate bar. It looks like it.
It does. I can see absolutely in this picture. I can see that.
But I like the plates. I do. I like the plates. I think the plates are nice. And
big.
It's a thick boy. It's definitely a thick boy.
It's weird that it's a square. It's a square fucking middle. That's so strange to me.
It is.
It doesn't look like it's rounded.
No,
I think
it's different, and I think that's one of the things that New Japan has done well is they've been different. If you look at any of their titles throughout their history, especially the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, they're all different.
I mean, they changed the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, they're not going to give you this traditional American belt. And I mean, you can argue the first, I can't remember if it was the first or second iteration of the IWGP title was probably the most Americanized belt. It had a more oval shape. It had a more American shape. I think if you just look at if you just look at the New Japan belts over the course of their history, maybe the New Japan strong belts look kind of normal by American standards. The IWGP Intercontinental kind of looked normal to American standards. But I think overall,
that's the white one, right?
Yeah, that's the white one. But I think if you just look at New Japan's belts
for that shit.
If you look at their belts through their history, they stand out. They're different. And the other thing too, they're iconic. The IWGP Tag Team Championships, the fourth iteration of the IWGP Heavyweight title, those are iconic titles in the world, in all of wrestling. So I'm not saying this belt is iconic in any way, shape, or form, but it's different and it sticks to what New Japan does with belts, and that's being different. So I'm fine with its look. It just looks like a chocolate bar because it's square and the strap's brown. That's all I'm saying.
I can see it.
So like we said earlier, the Battle Autumn 2022 tour comes to an end this Saturday. Dom, we're gonna go through the card. I want you to give me your predictions. I'll give you mine, and then we'll talk. We'll see where these conversations lead us to. So.
Oh no!
What happened? You cut out. You good? Dom? Uh-oh. Dom. Uh-oh. He froze. Is it me? Is it him? Is it us? Oh, he went up. All right. Not so big, Conway. All right. Oh, there he is. Hello, buddy. You there?
Yep. All right. I'm just gonna run with it. Yeah. I'll just roll with you.
Okay.
Yeah. It should be.
So the first match of the night is going to be for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships. We have our champions, Francesco Akira and TJP of the United Empire, taking on LIJ, Bushi, and new member of LIJ, brought in during this tour. You'll remember him from the New Japan, the Best of the Super Juniors, coming over from CMLL, Titan.
Mm-hmm.
Titan has joined LIJ and has formed a team with Bushi, and they are challenging for the IWGP Junior Tag Team Championships. Titan didn't do well, if I remember correctly.
He sucked. I think he sucked. I think I remember not liking him at all. Anyway, I'm going with TJP and Akira. Because they're fucking studs.
They are studs. He got 8 points. He walked away with 8 points, so he didn't have a bad one. Wins over Bushi, Doki, Robbie Eagles, and TJP. So, I mean, not a standout performance, but
nothing. Yeah,
nothing too big.
He didn't fuck it up.
Block B was. Holy shit. Okay. I'm just re-looking at the brackets, and I'm just looking at everything, and I'm like, oh my god, how balanced everything was. Anyways, I have Bushi and Titan solely for the fact that Titan's the newest member to LIJ. I can see them putting the titles on them going into Wrestle Kingdom, and then whether they retain or lose, whatever, I don't know. But at the same time, I feel like it's almost like that Royal Rumble period with New Japan where you're not going to have any title changes this close to Wrestle Kingdom.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. 11-5, right. Yeah, you're only 2 months away.
We're 2 months away. I mean, you're not going to have Jay White lose. You know what I mean? So we'll get to the other titles later, but I mean, there are probably a few you can have dropped. So I think this is one of the belts you can have dropped. So I have Titan and Bushi taking it because I think, again, Titan, I keep wanting to say Titan. Titan is new to LIJ. I mean, New Japan has a history of slingshotting belts around. So I want to be, I don't get me wrong. Again, throw your crowns up, United Empire all day. But I just think that with Titan, it's just the way to go. I think for now, I think United Empire probably gets him back at Wrestle Kingdom, but I wouldn't be surprised. The next match we have is an 8-man tag. We have Alex Zane, Dave Finlay, Toru Yano, and Hiroshi Tanahashi taking on United Empire's members of Gideon Gray, Aaron Hanare, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis. This is a normal 8-man tag. I think United Empire wins here. And I've been enjoying Gideon Gray doing entrances for the United Empire. I like it when somebody comes out. I love it when somebody comes out, does an announcement for an entrance, and then either runs to the back or stays out there. It's just so funny to me. There used to be a wrestler for Chikara. His name was Yonkum Hammermeyer. He would come out. He would do the entrance. He would do the announcement for the bad guy team. And then he would run to the back and come out with them. And it was the funniest thing to me. It was so good.
That's pretty cool. So he would announce them in the ring, skate out of the ring, get back, and come out with them.
Yeah, like nothing happened. It was absolute gold in my opinion.
You said it was Alex Zane and who?
Alex Zane, Dave Finlay, Toru Yano, and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, give me that team all day long. All day long.
I've got United Empire.
I'm a sucker.
Dave Finlay, I feel like is going to be a breakout star next year. I feel like next year's his year. I feel like he's going to have a good breakout year next year.
I think so. I mean, he was awesome in the fucking G1.
Yeah, he was very impressive in the G1. Yeah, he was a stud. Really was a stud.
He beat Ospreay, right?
Yeah.
He had a big win somewhere.
No, I don't know.
He beat someone at this match. But anyway, yeah, he agreed with you.
I think he did beat Will Ospreay. Because I think
they were fucking around with the US. They were fucking around with the titles, right?
Yeah, and I think because that was the whole reason Dave Finlay got to challenge Ospreay for the US.
Yeah, so he got the win and Ospreay took the title back.
Right.
Yep.
God damn it. I hate when they do this. I feel like it was later on. Yeah, because Will Ospreay had to defeat Juice to win the block.
Right.
Dave Finlay lost to Yoshihashi. Yoshihashi lost to Ospreay. I'm not going to be able to move on until I figure this out. It's going to bug the hell out of me. Dave Finlay defeats Will Ospreay by pinfall. It was night 10.
Wow.
So yeah. He had a good G1 showing.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what happens, I guess. We get to the third match of the night, and then we have Hakaleo versus Yujiro Takahashi. And this match was supposed to be Hakaleo versus Carl Anderson for the IWGP Never Openweight Championship. But if you follow WWE at all, you know Carl Anderson made his return and has a commitment at Crown Jewel. And
so
go ahead.
Right. But they're still allowing him to fill commitments. This is just the Crown Jewel interference, or is this a WWE saying you're finally done fulfilling your commitments? But you know what I mean? Is it a Crown Jewel thing, or is it a WWE thing pulling him completely?
So when he signed, all the reports I read were that good old Trips was letting him fulfill all his commitments up until Wrestle Kingdom. Whatever that meant. And then this Crown Jewel thing happens.
Got him. So Crown
this
Jewel happens, they pull them off
Crown
because
Jewel,
they need
right.
the club together. Right.
But
Yeah.
but
okay,
now,
fair enough. I get it.
But now they're like, but now it's like New Japan's. It's so weird because New Japan's never been afraid to strip somebody of the title. And I said this when John Moxley and the United States title was going on, and that whole thing was going on. I found it so bizarre that New Japan just didn't pull the title off him. They've never been afraid to do that in the past.
And they don't care. They don't care if now. And they don't care if the talent has the title in possession, right?
No, not really. Like they never really have. So,
yeah.
It's kind of just been like one of those
That's
things.
That's kind of a good thing, right?
Right. It's kind of just like, look, we need you to fill these. Like they pulled Juice Robinson. The U.S. title off Juice Robinson, because he had a surgery or whatever the hell.
Right.
And
so he also wasn't. He also wasn't getting in bed with WWE though either at the time. Like
right.
I think he was. You know what I mean? I see what you're saying. Right.
Like I understand. There's Juice Robinson. There's John Moxley in WWE. But
you got to understand, these are AEW. That's AEW relationships that they were dealing with. This is like, for me, this is like the first time a WWE superstar has a fucking New Japan World title with him. That's fucking crazy to me, Conway. Like I can't remember the last time if that's ever happened. That's for me. That's unprecedented. You know,
so
just not the fact that he has it or he can show the fact that they have this guy on their roster who is holding a New Japan title. That was eye-popping to me. You know, but anyway, go ahead.
So I get it, but at the same time, he's not walking around on Raw with the belt on.
He's not, but it's a trust factor. Like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like there's never been any trust. Anytime, if ever, they've ever even had a discussion, I feel like shit has fell apart. It's never happened. To trust the guy to have a title and go to WWE, I felt like that was a big move for them. I did, but maybe I'm not into New Japan as much as you are. So like, I'm very much on the outside with shit like that. But for me, that was like a huge, like, hey, we're trusting you here. That's the start of something to me. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I just want it too bad. Who knows?
If it becomes something, you know what I mean? Like we got Shinsuke Nakamura going to Noah to face Kenji Muto in one of his last matches. So like I understand that. Like I'm very happy that Trips is open. Yes, I'm ecstatic about that, and that can lead to so many things that potentially down the road. But it's still WWE.
Oh yeah,
and it's still WWE first, everybody else second.
100%.
And I think that as much of a benefit it is to get in bed with them, it is also very dangerous because you know at the end of the night, you aren't the priority. They're going to do what's best for them, and you can go fuck yourself. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. No, you're right. There could be so many reasons they're doing that.
Right. Yeah. I would feel slightly different if they were acknowledging the IWGP Never Open
that he was champ when he came on television. Yes.
And if they could like just say it on TV, like
acknowledge it, yeah.
Like just do New Japan the favor. But they're not, as far as I'm aware.
No, but instead they'll just take their fucking talent and shit on them for years.
Right.
They keep it positive. Okay, y'all, I'm not gonna fucking scream.
So it's like,
but yeah.
But it's just like, okay, now if I'm New Japan, I don't trust Carl Anderson to be.
Why would you have any? If you're New Japan, why would you have any reason ever to trust that? To trust them with what you've seen, with saying, okay, you want to go, you have our blessing, and then
right. Now this could be. Now here's the thing. No, I don't specifically remember when the match with Muta is, But if I'm WWE and I
It's
hear
January 1st.
anything, is
They
it
must be doing
January
something.
1st?
They must be doing something the same weekend. I'm pretty sure I saw 1-1 or 1-2. It's the same. Is Wrestle Kingdom New Year's Eve weekend?
It's the 4th, whatever January 4th is.
This is okay. Then this must be kicking off that weekend. I'm
so
pretty sure.
January
Double check that.
4th,
I can't get on this.
January 4th is a Wednesday. New Year's Day is a Sunday.
It might be that Sunday. I'm not 100% sure though.
I just fucked up that spelling. Images.
Sounds like a UFO was landing in your fucking room. That was awesome.
She's probably playing Silent Hill.
Awesome.
That's why it sounds like a UFO.
I love it. It sounds creepy as fuck.
I'll turn it down.
No, you don't have to. Just say it. It was a cool sound effect.
Oh my god, why can I just find? Here it is. Yeah, okay, so it is the 1st. If I'm WWE and I am now doing stuff with Noah to some degree, I'm now doing things. I now have New Japan talent on my shows, whether I want to acknowledge it or not. Hey, Shinsuke, stay there for the week. Go over to New Japan.
Open the crowd. Just sit first row and go watch Wrestle Kingdom.
Just show up. Maybe
just show up.
Maybe make the save on a Tanahashi match, or make a save on an Okada match or something. Just
you really think that's a possibility?
No, but I'm just saying if I'm WWE,
because that just got me really fucking fired up. Yeah,
I'm just saying if I'm WWE and I want to smooth over this relationship. Even though I don't have to because I'm WWE and I can do whatever I want.
Just give him a fucking one-off moment in Wrestle Kingdom. Fuck yeah. He's there. You're right. He's there. He's 2 days. He's 2 days.
Right.
2 days away.
It's a Wednesday. Why flying back? You just let him do something. Just let him.
He's back by Friday for SmackDown if they even need him. Yeah.
Have him do the flower ceremony for the main event, and he's there as an honorary ring beller or whatever the hell.
That would be so
you know
fucking
what I mean?
epic.
Just give him something. You know what I mean? Just to be 100%. Like, hey, we're sorry. Here's Shinsuke for a night. You know what I mean? Do something where, like, I don't know, you have Kenta and pick somebody, start jumping Tanahashi in a mystery partner versus Kenta.
Make a save.
Kenta and pick somebody from Bullet Club, and then it's Tanahashi and Nakamura versus Kenta and whoever. You know what I mean? Just throw the dog up. Just some throwaway match. You know what I mean?
Make it happen. Just make it happen.
I'm just just give them something. Just to be nice. Just to go, hey, I'm sorry we did this. I'm sorry we fucked you in the beginning.
I'm sorry. Right.
It's
Conway. Well, that expectation's now set, so thanks for that.
You're welcome. Anytime. Give me Kenta and Yujiro. Kenta and Yujiro just start fucking with Tanahashi. Whatever. Moving on. Right. And actually no, because Yujiro would probably do something with the 6-man titles. I don't know. Bring Juice Robinson over or something. I don't know. But you know what I mean? Just do a throwaway, because why not? But I mean, that's just how I feel in the moment about it. It's just like
great. I'm with you.
Nobody. Here's the other thing too. The other thing too. I understand that no one thought Hakaleo was going to beat Carl Anderson for the Never Openweight Championship. Not in a million years, not in 2,000 years, not in 1,001 years. Okay,
it sucks.
It's not.
It sucks.
But it's the fact that to me, it's the fact that you made the commitment, you said you were going to do it, and then you pulled out of it because of Saudi money. And that's a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But
it's all money, man. Like that whole Saudi money thing, I get it. I understand it. But you know what? They're making money regardless of where they're going. Who gives a fuck if it's Middle Eastern money? Like,
Hand over foot.
Oh, that shit.
They're making
Everyone's
money,
making money off the fucking middle. I get right. It doesn't matter where it's coming from, where it's going. Like that's a business. I hate that fucking narrative. Anyway,
so our next two matches are for the semifinals for the New Japan World Championship. Ren Narita versus Sonata. Zack Sabre Jr. over Evil. We talked about it earlier. I think, Dom, I'm going to speak for you when I say this. We're both picking Ren Narita, and we're both picking Zack Sabre Jr.
Yes.
Because we don't want to see Sonata and Evil anywhere near that belt, or at least anywhere near that Wrestle Kingdom.
Keep them the fuck away.
100%.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We're doing this podcast on the 3rd. This next match is an 8-man tag, and the opponents for Hiromu Takahashi, El Desperado, Master Wato, and Taichi Ishimori are going to be decided tomorrow. So,
okay.
Here's the thing.
I mean, I like 2 out of the 4 I love, so go for it.
Well, 3 out of the 4 I love. Fuck Master Wato every day of the week. Here's the thing. Taichi Ishimori, Master Wato, El Desperado, Hiromu Takahashi. That's your IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship match at Wrestle Kingdom. So, to see these 4 men on one side...
It's a 4-way?
It's
so
a 4-way.
That's a 4-way. That's going to happen at Wrestle Kingdom, but they're all on one team for this.
Right. So...
And those 4-ways get out of fucking control.
This match is going to be insane. I think that...
Yeah.
This match is... I don't see this match ending well for any of these men on this night. I think it's going to be a lot of infighting. So maybe whoever they face goes over. But this feels very WWE to me. I know we were just talking about them, but it feels like a very WWE booking of let's put all these people in who are in this match on one side of the ring and see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah, I'm with that. I get that.
Next, we have a special tag match. We have Tama Tonga and Kazuchika Okada taking on Kenta and Jay White. I don't know with this one.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they're going to... I don't know if they're gonna... I feel like Okada's been winning all night, or excuse me, all tour, so this one seems to be going towards Jay White, but at the same time, I feel like Jay White's gonna retain. I'm hoping Jay White retains at Wrestle Kingdom, so I feel like they'll give the window Okada here. So I don't know.
That's where I was.
I don't know where I am on this one.
What happened with the last time these two locked up? Jay White and Okada.
So
what's that? Was that did they see each other? Did they see each other in the G1? They did.
So
right?
their last singles match? Are you asking?
Yeah. I guess
because they
at all. But.
I mean, we're not going to cover it this week because we still have to watch it. But they did touch at
the Rumble on 42nd.
They did touch at the Rumble on 44th Street because they were both. They did tag matches with each other. They did that 12-man elimination, and then they did that tag match where it was Okada and Eddie Kingston versus Jay White and Juice. So, I think it's one of those things where I feel like they're just going to trade back and forth for a while. But I don't know. This is. Gotcha. I feel like this is the last time they faced one-on-one was at Dominion, where Jay White defeated Okada to win the belt. And that was back in April, May, June. That was back in June. That was their last one-on-one.
Okay. So Okada might get them. Right. All right. Either way, it's interesting. You said it was Okada and who?
Tama Tonga.
Okay. Wow, what a fucking team.
I know.
Holy shit.
I know.
Wow.
And then you have Kenta and Jay White. I can see Tama Tonga over Kenta.
Yeah.
Or maybe Okada over Kenta if they go
Tama
over.
Tonga over everyone at this point after what I've seen from him over Tama Tonga. Like, fucking what? Yeah.
Real quick on Tama Tonga.
I'm going to answer your question. I'm going with Tama and Okada there. Go ahead.
Okay. Real quick on Tama Tonga. I feel like he's on the brink of breaking out. As much of a breakout year as he's already had.
Mm.
And it's been a breakout year for him.
Mm-hmm.
Semifinals of the G1 Climax.
Yeah. And every match was a fucking banger. Like every match he was in was like polarizing. Like, need to watch. If he's in a match and the bell rings, I need to watch what this kid's doing. And he did not disappoint once.
He hold on, I'm trying to find him. I'm not going to because fuck me running. He goes over Jay White clean as a whistle in fucking the G1. Biggest win of against Jay White.
I forgot all about that.
That won him Block B. He then goes 20 minutes with Okada and Okada barely makes it out of that alive.
Mm.
And then he goes on to Declaration of Power, goes 31 minutes with Jay White, and I have never seen a better match from Tama Tonga.
I don't think I watched that. Declaration of
Power. It happened earlier. It happened early in October.
I was not on.
Man,
wow.
That was the night Tama Tonga. Like I thought Tama Tonga was made in the G1. I thought he was made off the semifinals. But that match with Jay White, 31 minutes 7 seconds of just. I've never seen him wrestle a better match in my life.
Wow.
And I feel like he's going to break out next year. And I don't know right now, as much as New Japan has made him who he is today, I don't know if it's a New Japan. I don't know if
he fits well in WWE, man. He does. He's kind of tailor-made for it.
I feel like if he doesn't win the New Japan Cup, he might try to get out of New Japan. I don't know where his feelings are. I don't know where his mindset is. I don't know how he's feeling right now. That's just like it. I feel like it's one of those things that you can make the argument that the grass isn't always greener, and there's and there's too many examples of it. But sometimes you just have to see how green the grass is on the other side.
I think in his spot in his career, like, it's as green as it's going to get in New Japan right now. So
if he doesn't win the New Japan Cup, I agree with you.
Yeah,
he had like New Japan is on the brink of new stars with Tama Tonga, Ren Narita, Shota Umino. I think the United Empire is blown up better than anyone could have predicted.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think New Japan is becoming set for the next 5 years, if not longer, depending on who we're talking about.
They're getting younger. He's getting older. He still has those wheels under him, which is, when you told me how old he was, it blew my mind for how well he moves around that ring. He can come into WWE and still get a hold of AJ Styles, a Seth Rollins, and it doesn't even matter where he is. He can be middle of the pack forever and just get involved in programs with these guys and just have match after match on pay-per-view after pay-per-view and just ride off into the sunset, and it would be incredible.
One of my concerns is that when Tonga Loa comes back from his torn ACL or torn MCL or whatever the fuck it is, New Japan's just going to go, great, we have one of the best tag teams we've ever had in our history back, and here's the IWGP Tag Team Championship reign that you should have already had. and have fun with FTR and United Empire and whoever else. And it's like
a hard sell, man.
That's like fine. That's great. I would
It's a
love to
hard
see
sell.
Gorillas of Destiny versus FTR. Don't get me wrong, but
Right.
like if I'm Tama Tonga after this year, I'm like I kind of want to do single stuff now.
You're putting your chips into a whole lot of. If you're extending a contract on that match alone or tag team titles, if he even has the option, who knows? Ooh, man, he might be leaving a lot on the table.
If I'm Triple H, I'm going to try and pull Tama Tonga and Tongaloa at the same time, bring Gorillas of Destiny to WWE, and now you can do something where
Balor.
Let me throw him with Balor if you want. The thought that just popped in my head, just if things stay how they are, you maybe have Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn make a comment like I'm bringing next week on Raw or SmackDown we're gonna have the greatest Samoan tag team of all time compete, and then you do a backstage where the Usos are like, Us, what do you got? Like, what match are we wrestling tonight? And Sammy and Kevin are one of them are just like, just go out there, you guys are facing what jumps or whatever. And then they come out now introducing the greatest Samoan tag team of all time. And then you know what I mean? And then out comes Gorillas of Destiny.
The only issue, and I love all of that. The only issue would be the hard sell in the arena. But man, on commentary, if you're watching that on TV with the commentary telling you what the fuck is about to happen, holy smokes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those things. That's if I'm Trips, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to pull Gorillas of Destiny because I can get 100%. 2 or 3 years out of them. A top tier tag team with attitude. It's like they're like if the Usos had true attitude.
Yeah.
Because the Usos to me have that TV attitude. Tama Tonga and Tongaloa have that real attitude.
They got that Eddie Kingston attitude. Attitude.
No,
you feel
they have the Haku attitude.
Yeah.
They got the attitude from the dad, that Haku attitude. Whereas the Usos have that Rikishi attitude. You know what I'm 100%.
saying? And that's not on. I'm sure they could have that, but they just know, like, you don't. That's not what you do in WWE. Like, you take it to that limit because one of them does get a little fucking jumpy, but yeah, for the most part, it's Kool-Aid smiles. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
The 8th match of the night, the IWGP Tag Team Championships are on the line. FTR makes their Japan debut. For New Japan, Cash Wheeler, Dax Hardwood of FTR taking on United Empire's Great O'Khan and Jeff Cobb. I have FTR winning. I don't have FTR losing till Wrestle Kingdom to whomever wins the World Tag League.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. And when is that? That's coming too, right?
I'm predicting we're getting the tag team announcements for Best of the Super Juniors Tag League and World Tag League. We're getting all teams announced on Saturday, and I can't wait because I know Clark Connors has
my boy
it was Alex Colon. Sorry, I missed.
Sucks. What's he doing? Do you like him?
Alex Colon. I don't know enough about him.
I see him in GCW, man. He's just a fucking, I don't know, lesser Eddie Kingston. I don't even know. He sucks.
No. You think it?
Kid that comes out in the Bulls jersey, right?
No. I can't pronounce his name. Alex Coughlin.
Alex Coughlin. That I don't know who he is now.
He's a New Japan guy.
Okay.
He's been. He came out on 44th Street and he cut a promo. I forget who he announced or who he said he wanted to tag with. He's going to be in World Tag League.
Cool.
Hold on, here we go. I found it. I'm not gonna pull up the clip or whatever. But he came out at 44th Street talking a bunch of trash, and he essentially wanted in the 44th. He wanted in the World Tag League. Blah blah blah. He announced he would start in the World Tag League. His partner remains unclear, with Coughlin not forming a solid touch. Yeah, so he's gonna get a partner. So he's gonna get a partner in the World Tag League. They're probably gonna stick him with some schmuck, probably like Hanma or somebody who's not affiliated with anybody, and he's not gonna make waves. But I don't think we're gonna get FTR in the World Tag League. I'd be very surprised if Tony allows it. But I mean, at the same time,
they're just gonna sit and wait.
But at the same time, what the fuck is he doing with them anyways? So he might as well.
But the whole point of that is the winner gets a shot at the tag titles, right?
Correct.
The tag league.
Yes, but if
so
FTR wins, they call their shot essentially.
Okay. All right. Yes. Fuck it. Throw them in there. Let's go. Love it.
I thought we were gonna have a stacked World Tag League because I thought we were gonna have fucking Gallows and Anderson in there, but there's no way we're getting them in there when they just showed up on WWE TV. So I guess whatever.
That'd be wild, though, man. Could you imagine that shit? Imagine Gallows and Anderson versus fucking FTR in the New Japan World Tag League.
Oh,
what?
It would be amazing, but
you're fucking off the wall, bro.
It'd be off the wall, but it's not going to happen because
I know you're right. Yes, I stopped setting these expectations for me because I'm such a fucking wrestling fan when it comes to like fantasy booking shit like that. Like, I fucking eat it up.
Here's the thing: is that for the sake of argument, let's say, FTR and Gallows and Anderson were in World Tag League, same bracket or whatever. I would feel so bad for Gato because on one side he's on one phone he's got Tony Khan, on the other phone he's got Triple H, both yelling at him that they don't want either team to do the job, and Gato's just head's about to explode like it's Scanners, trying to make both these sides at peace, and he's just gonna do like
not piss everyone else with a piss off everyone with a double count out.
Can we do a time limit draw? Well, how's that gonna play out in the finals? Who's gonna win? It's just like hang up. Neither team's in it. I'm not dealing with this headache.
Everyone's fucking throw the papers up in the air with fucking
the next day after the next day the papers are gonna read Gato commits suicide.
Jesus Christ. Oh man.
Gato's head explodes. Debris everywhere. I don't know.
Well, I couldn't imagine trying to have a conversation with Tony Khan booking his guys in an event. Oh,
I feel okay.
Let alone have a fucking.
I feel like, and I have never had a conversation with Tony Khan in my life. There's part of me that thinks Tony Khan might be depending on who it is, he might be a little easier to deal with than Triple H might be. Where let's take Wheeler Yuta, for example, on the Best of the Super Juniors. It could be negotiated that, hey, I want Wheeler to get at least 6 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like maybe, hey, he's my Ring of Honor Pure Champion. Don't make him look like a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
It fucking mattered anyway with doing with this kid in the Blackpool Combat Club.
But I
see what you're saying, right?
Even if he wasn't Ring of Honor Pure Champion, just like, hey, don't give him 2 wins over the course of it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Don't be a fucking dick.
But yeah, don't be a dick about it. I think that could be Tony Khan's thing. Like, hey, just don't be a dick about it.
Right. Which is fair enough. It's a fair ask.
Right. because at the same time, like when Rush was signing with AEW, you heard rumors that there was a chance he wasn't going to sign because he wanted to be in control of his wins and losses and all that type of stuff, and like Tony wasn't having it. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, Tony wants everybody to play ball the same way when it comes to wins and losses. So I feel like whereas at least with Vince in charge, WWE would be like, our guys aren't doing the job. No way they're losing. They're WWE guys. You know what I mean? Now I think Trips might be a little more lenient than Vince was. But I think at the same time, Tony Khan is like, just don't make him look like a bag of shit.
Right. And I think like now Triple H sees it like, even if this ever was to happen, which is like, it wouldn't. He knows, like, other than the fans, like, you know, us, no one's really going to fucking, no WWE fans are tuning into the fucking, the World Tag League in New Japan. Like, no one's going to see this shit. It's basically not going to air in the US for them. Like, they don't even know what's fucking happening, bro. They're all in their own world over there.
Yeah.
They barely know the NXT guys when they get called up. Like, he should have no problem saying, you know, I go do something over Japan. Like,
yeah.
If your NXT guys come up to nothing, you're like, wow, there really is a gap with what the main roster people watch. Like, it's been
no, there is,
forever.
Yeah. No, there is. And I've said this so many times, and I'll say it probably till the day I die. I dream of being that WWE fan that only watches WWE and knows nothing else and thinks WWE is the greatest thing ever. And like,
why though? Why?
Because I just want to know what it's like.
I
just want to know what it's like. I want to know the pure joy that WWE brings, and the pure, like, just the pureness of WWE, in that sense of like,
this is it. This is
right. This is like when Sami Zayn comes out. Like, don't get me wrong. I like when better example. When AJ Styles debuted at the Rumble, I've heard of AJ Styles before. I've never watched. I maybe watched some TNA, but I've only watched WWE. And everybody, like, so I'm learning of AJ Styles for the first time. You know what I mean?
It's a wild feeling, right?
And like, I'm just saying, like, that sense of I say this kind of tongue in cheek, that sense of innocence when it comes to wrestling. Like, I kind of wish, I want to know what that feeling is.
I know what you mean. You know what happened for me? Nakamura in the NXT debut. And we were in Dallas that night, and we didn't go. And me and my buddy were talking about, like, there was like, it was like 4 or 5 of us. And me and one other guy were like, oh, we should go. Tickets were cheap. But it was like far into the city from where we were. They're like, fuck it, we'll all just watch in the hotel room together, whatever. And then he hit the scene, and I remember looking at my buddy going, who the fuck is? The minute he came through the curtain, I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, what is this guy that I'm looking at? And for me, that was like, oh wow, like, you know the shit going on in Japan, but like, I didn't know.
Right.
And he came out and had that fucking banger with Sami, and I was like, wow, I was just fucking blown away by it. So that's why I was like, a little soft spot for fucking Nakamura.
I watched the match back. I watched that match specifically back, like, probably like either earlier this year or late last year, because I was just curious. Like, I remember being in love with that match coming off that for Nakamura, like like just all that stuff from Nakamura. I remember like just being in love with that match and watching it back and going to no fault of either one of them, because it's still a great match. Yeah. But I just was like, I don't know if this match holds up.
Losing a little luster on the rewatch.
I think it was just like a maybe not a luster loss. I don't know what I think I might have just. I think me personally, I might have just overthought that match or thought it. Yeah. Thought there was stuff I missed. I don't know. I
I need to go back and watch him and Joe's shit, especially when he dislocates Joe's jaw. I think I remember that match.
Oh,
being
within
fucking,
like, oh wait, no, that's not what that was. Yeah, he dislocated his jaw. I was thinking of Joe Balor, because Joe Balor was, Joe gets busted in like the first minute, and they have to kill
I gotta
him.
go back and watch. I think I missed some of Balor's shit. I don't remember that. But I remember watching Nakamura and Joe be like, holy fuck.
Okay. Right. Okay, so that was Wrestle Kingdom 10. Okay.
This is weird.
What is
so Nakamura was coming off of the Intercontinental title match with AJ Styles.
Wow. Wait, that was in the January before that April?
Yeah. So Wrestle Kingdom 10, it's AJ Styles challenging Shinsuke Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 10.
They fucking love that match.
They burn that match. They burn that place to the ground.
It's one of my favorite matches, bro.
And then
I fucking love it.
Oh, that's right. That's it's the following night at New Year's Dash. AJ Styles and Kenny Omega defeat Shinsuke Nakamura and Yoshihashi, and that's when AJ Styles gets kicked out of the Bullet Club. And then,
wow, is he out of Japan there too? Does he just hang tight until the Royal Rumble?
When does he just vacate the title?
Because he doesn't go back to TNA, I don't think.
Hold on. Because now I'm curious. Now I'm trying to figure out how the Intercontinental title goes. Kenny Nakamura. Does Nakamura just vacate it? Oh, he does. He just vacates it. Okay.
Wow.
Because Nakamura's last New Japan match was Kazuchika Okada, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Tomohiro Ishii defeating Hiroki Goto, Hiroshi Tanahashi, and Katsuyori Shibata. That was his last New Japan match. And then 3 months, essentially, so that match took place on January 30th, and then he's off until the 1st of April and faces Sami Zayn. And they go 20 minutes.
Damn.
So I forgot that that's how that played out.
He just left the title in.
Yeah, he vacated it, and then they probably did a tournament or something.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I'm just trying. Now I'm looking at AJ.
Oh.
So he does Wrestle Kingdom, New Year's Dash. He does 2 shows in Georgia. He does a
promotion.
Wrestle America. Wrestle America Styles Clash.
Must have been doing a favor for somebody.
He beat Jimmy Rave by DQ on sorry. So it was one show. It was 2 matches. He defeats Jimmy Rave in 3 minutes and 58 seconds by DQ, and then that turns into a tag match where it's AJ Styles and Doc Gallows defeating Jimmy Rave and Sal Rinauro in 12 minutes.
Wonderful.
So that was a one-off.
Promotion or some shit.
Yeah. Then he does a tour of the UK. He does 1, 2, 3, 4 shows in the UK. And then shows up on the Royal Rumble 8 days later. He loses to John Morrison. He defeats Rey Mysterio.
What the fuck does everyone lose to John Morrison for? I had to watch Liga job out to that fucking cunt. Are you kidding me? Like, what is his deal, bro? Like, I don't understand.
Teresa
deal
doesn't
is
like
with
him
fuck-
either.
Oh, sorry.
So it's
I said
hilarious
this
to me that you say that.
Oh.
He loses. He loses to John Morrison, beats Rey Mysterio, loses to Jay Lethal, and then drops the Rev Pro Heavyweight Championship to Zack Sabre Jr.
Holy shit.
And then 8 days later shows up at the Rumble.
Jeez.
And then he does this random Georgia Pro Wrestling show in between
the Rumble and wherever he shows up next to WWE.
So it goes Royal Rumble, AJ Styles defeats Chris Jericho, AJ Styles defeats Curtis Axel, AJ Styles defeats The Miz, then AJ Styles defeats Corey Hollis on a random GPW show, and then the next night this man goes 16 minutes with Corey Hollis, whoever the fuck he is, in Georgia, then flies to San Jose, California the next day and beats The Miz at a house show.
The fuck?
And then the next night in Canada beats The Miz again. And then on SmackDown the following Thursday or 2 days later loses to Chris Jericho. Oh my God. And then just beats the shit out of The Miz on house shows. There's literally 3 straight wins over The Miz.
So is that like, hey, like Miz needs work, like you like work with them? Like
no, that's
Miz has been there long enough where he doesn't need AJ in the ring with him.
No, it's
for a house
just
show, right?
it's just I think it's just AJ being. I think it's going to be a good match.
Yeah, figuring out how to work that WWE style.
Yeah, Miz is an easy heel.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I just wonder.
And then his first pay-per-view, his first pay-per-view outside of the Rumble was beating Chris Jericho at Fastlane.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first month or so for AJ Styles.
I don't know if we lost internet connection. I wouldn't be able to use it. We're all using the internet right now, Mom. It has nothing to do with that. I'm telling you, it's the app. Something's wrong with
So,
okay. Yeah. I understand it's frustrating because there's no.
Oh no, that's all right. He's watching the other thing anyway. It was just everything that's.
What were you talking about? Sorry. So we were talking about. Okay. So that's the rabbit hole that went down. So
how does this turn into fucking where we started to AJ Styles and New Japan into WWE run?
I think we went. No, because we were talking about. It was because
Nakamura got us there.
Yeah, we were talking about World Tag League, and then that just,
like people showing up on WWE TV and us not knowing who they were. Wow.
I mean, that pushed this episode over an hour, so I'm thankful for that. All right, so your main event for the Battle August show is Tetsuya Naito challenging Will Ospreay for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to let you go first because I have a crazy theory.
It's Naito and Ospreay for the
United
US title.
Yep.
And this is where 11/5. The show on 11/5.
Saturday.
Wow. Oh boy. Man. I guess I got to go Ospreay.
So
because I don't know what would happen with how he gets to Wrestle Kingdom without that title. Is where my head is at. You know, like what's his play after that? I guess United Empire. Go ahead.
I'll tell you how. Regardless of who wins, and I think it's Ospreay. But this all started because Ospreay was like condemning Naito for getting rid of the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
It was just condemned. It was you had this prestigious title that made you everything, and you made it into nothing when you cashed it in at Golden Dash, and which led to the combining the two titles, which leads us to our new IWGP Championship.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of who wins, I have a feeling that whoever loses is going to bring back the IWGP Intercontinental Championship.
Okay.
Whether it will more likely be just carrying it around, because that title was the secondary title. And
right.
I
don't think I knew it was gone. Okay.
Huh?
I don't think I knew it was gone, but go ahead. I see what you're saying.
It was gone 2 Wrestle Kingdoms ago.
Jeez,
or the last Wrestle Kingdom. Was it 2? I think it was 2. Yeah, I think it was 2 Wrestle Kingdoms ago. They did this thing where they had an Intercontinental Championship match and a IWGP Championship match on night 1. Then the winner of those 2 faced off on night 2 and unified the titles.
Unification match. Gotcha. Right. Okay.
But that title was the secondary title, and now with it gone, I don't think New Japan has a secondary title. Like they have other singles title. Yeah. It should have been the Never Openweight title. It should have been the US title. But regardless, between COVID and injuries and booking schedules, neither title has stepped up to the plate, and that title is very synonymous with Tetsuya Naito. One of his best things he's ever done in wrestling is literally destroyed that title. Like if you like his I forget if it was his first or second title run with that belt, he was just throwing it at everything, at like the ring,
physically throwing
it, and it was amazing. I've never.
Why did he disrespect it so much though? Like,
because it's Naito and he doesn't care. Because it fit perfectly with.
Like, okay, so a belt means so. A belt means so little to me that I'm gonna completely disgrace it and just throw it off shit.
It's like Orange Cassidy coming out with the All Atlantic Championship in a backpack.
Gotcha.
The only person who can get away with it is Orange Cassidy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It just fits.
I see what you're saying.
His personality, and Naito was more making. I think. The other thing too is Naito was making.
He wants to be world champ.
Well, not just that, was he was making he was more so making a point of you keep every belt in such pristine condition except for this belt. Like you've had times to take it away from me to fix it, give it a new strap, blah blah blah, and you've refused. So why should I care about this belt?
I like it.
I mean. I
like that.
If I remember correctly, that was kind of like a subplot of it.
Solid reasoning.
Okay. But regardless, he loses the belt to Kota. Kota unifies it and then drops to Ospreay. But I think whoever loses this is going to bring back the Intercontinental Championship. Okay. I think then they're going to merge the Intercontinental and US and just make it the Intercontinental title again.
Wow.
If I'm New Japan, that's what I would like to do, because I don't think the US served the purpose that you wanted it to. And as much as that title has produced great things, like the first IWGP ladder match, the 2 Texas death matches with Lance Hoyt and John Moxley, the match from last year with Tanahashi and Kenta. You've done great stuff for us, but I think the Intercontinental Championship was better. I think it's a better looking belt. I think it has more meaning inherently, and I think it's a better traveling belt. I think it's a better belt to have.
That makes sense. Yeah.
If you want to bring it to
the name of it. Yeah.
Rev Pro and have somebody defend it there, if you want to bring it to AEW, if you want to bring it to the States,
I like that.
You want to bring it to Mexico with CMML, you have one of their guys win it, bring it back over there, whatever. It's just better for business if it's the Intercontinental belt and not the US title.
Gotcha. That makes sense. I get that.
The other thing too, and now that your borders have opened up, you can do this. You don't need the US title anymore. because you can just bring New Japan Strong talent over, and everybody knows that's the American belts as it is. Bring over Fred Rosser. Bring over Motor City Machine Guns, who are your IWGP New Japan Strong Tag Team Champions. Bring over. I think that's the only 2 belts they have, but you know what I mean. Like you have you have built your New Japan Strong roster, and from what I understand, it gets good. It gets good views over in Japan.
Okay.
It gets the views on New Japan World. So, so you're fine. You know what I mean? You're fine with.
I get that. Yeah, that actually that's very logical. I like when belts make sense. If you're gonna give them a term like that, it
they
actually
only
makes
have 2
sense
belts.
If you're gonna give a belt that makes sense, that you're gonna give it that term Intercontinental and actually have it defended throughout the continents. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. I love that.
If you have no need for the U.S. title anymore because you have a strong American connection now.
Right.
And you just got to bring up the New Japan Strong title. Just build that title in America. Put it on all your cards. You'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you.
So I think at Wrestle Kingdom we're gonna get a rematch. I think we're getting Will Ospreay and Tetsuya Naito with the Intercontinental and the U.S. title being unified.
Let's see it. Yeah, I'm with it. I like that.
And I don't care who wins it.
Yeah, because the match is just going to be fucking awesome. It doesn't matter. The match is going to be awesome. Naito's so
their Dream 1 match was great, so there's no reason this isn't going to be.
Agreed.
With that being said, I think we're at a good point where we can wrap it up. Dom, let's preview next week. Next week we're gonna film 2 shows. I'm gonna try to get this. Oh, wow. I'm gonna try to get this out by Monday. I'm gonna get this episode out by Monday, hopefully, if not sooner. And then next week we'll have 2 shows for you guys that we're gonna get going. We're gonna do. We're gonna review Battle Autumn. This shows from this weekend. We're going to talk about the upcoming shows of Historic X Cross, which is the show with Stardom that takes place November 20th. And then we'll talk about Historic X Over. We'll talk about the World Tag League. We'll do a slight preview of that because we'll have because that starts November 20th. So
Jesus,
what are you doing?
We can. So next week we'll preview. We'll talk about the teams that were announced, and then the following week we'll do a full preview show. But the other thing too we're doing, we are going to be starting Dom and I will be starting a Proving Ground, which is a promotion in Massachusetts, a Proving Ground podcast. We will talk about shows. We will do some past shows. We will do some history lessons on Proving Ground for both Dom and our viewers. But next week, we will be reviewing their last show that took place on
last Saturday night, 29th.
The 29th, yep. It was dubbed War Games. It was a 4-on-4 War Games match. And we will have some special guests on that show. for the first time in our podcast history, or at least for us, for you and I, at least, we'll have special guests on that show. So that's what's coming down the pipeline for next week, and then we'll talk about doing other stuff later on this month. But we're getting into it now because we got the tag league coming up for the Super Juniors and for the heavyweights, and then after Historic X and after this tag league, it's all Wrestle Kingdom, baby. Wrestle Kingdom 17 is on the horizon.
Oh boy.
Once World Tag League kicks in, I'm starting to get the jitters because I know what's around the corner.
I'm just hearing Wrestle Kingdom as we were talking tonight was starting to get me like, okay, like get me back to like, yeah, let's fucking get going. But the tag league to pregame it.
Oh yeah, such a good time. Such a good time. All right. Dom, any closing thoughts?
No, man, I got nothing. Go Phillies. Let's fucking go.
That's it. Yeah, go Phillies, please.
Let's go, please.
Give Bryce Harper that title.
Let's go.
Give Bryce Harper that ring. All right. All right. Have a good night, Dom.
You too, sir.
All right. Good night,
everybody. Later.